15 here, and today I am playing Sherlock Holmes Part 2. We are back with looking at her facials. Oh, why so loud? This is loud. Because my headset volume's all the way up again. Pretty soon. So she's Catholic. Very common at this time. Let me just get my water. Birdhouse. So they are gardeners.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes. Life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Well-kept garden. Oh, God damn it.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you.
Yes. Life with Peter.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
God.
You have indeed...
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
So it has to be the footprints.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a...
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he,
annoying.
when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
There we go.
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Besides the fact he's Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Judith is from the country somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Inverness. Yeah, I can't speak today. And the I can't even say that either. Strathspey in Scotland, where the crested bird can be found. She is religious and undertook at St. James' Way pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when she was a young woman. A lot of words that I can't even pronounce correctly. Let's see here. Okay. Read about them. Well-kept garden. And footprints. Footprints are interesting. I think they explain a lot. And we ready. So we talk.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
See what his body looks like.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it.
Now this might be brutal, guys. So be prepared, okay?
Ah, good thinking.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
When we go in here, guys, it's maybe a very brutal body.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now, a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Okay. So can we have this door open now? Okay, so this might be brutal. Like I said. Oh. See, guys?
What a terrible way to die.
This is very brutal. No.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. Peter Carey was impaled...
Oh, okay. I don't want to examine his body anymore. It's like the blood. Move down, please. Okay, so that's interesting.
Someone drank from this glass recently. Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Perhaps sharing a drink too.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small...
Interesting. Anything in the chest? Examine. Hat.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
So this must be his
Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting.
This must be where he kept all his old sailing equipment.
The murder weapon was probably taken
Probably,
from this rack.
guarantee. I mean, that's something you can guarantee right there.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
That is funny. A sea unicorn. I mean, it's not funny. I mean, the guy's dead, but it's funny. It's definitely a funny name.
Hammerfest. Hammerfest.
Dundee. What is that up there? Looks like it's briefcase. I mean, we can't examine it, so I don't know. It's up here, no. Nowhere else.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Okay.
Mr. Holmes?
Okay, he just says Mr. Holmes. See, the interesting thing is It's like
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what? This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
And I'm sure they use that knife to cut blubber off of the whales. So what is this? Find a pair of. Oh, so to be. I'll get this. So yeah. I don't get this. Find a pair of related clues that will. This. There we go. That's what we're supposed to do. Task. Make an ambush. An ambush must be made tonight. If you see the break-in attempt will be repeated. Okay.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Okay. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect crime scenes at Woodman's Lee. Organize an ambush with Lestrade. The mysterious intruder might return tonight to finish what he has planned. Okay, so did we talk to this guy now? Yes, we do. This is interesting. I'm intrigued.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof. You've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Okay. Sorry guys, I just had to fix something. The mic went out.
We need to find a place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
Or maybe if we... Nah, they'll never see us here. We would need a good place to like... Okay, so that's how we open that. It would have to be a place where we could see the intruder. And let's include.
Mr. Holmes?
Oh, so here? Other side? Maybe in the house we could hide? Or... I mean, this is necessarily a crime scene. The lady isn't... She's not staying here anymore, is she? I mean, I wouldn't. My husband was dead here. I wouldn't be. Definitely wouldn't be staying just a couple feet away. So wait.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
This is Carey's cabin? I mean, I don't know what the hell this is. Cats can make an ambush, okay. I don't know what Carey's cabin is. Is this Carey's cabin? No. Carey's cabin behind the window.
Mr. Holmes?
This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in.
Yeah, it would be too risky.
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Okay. It seems interesting. So apparently, let's just to sum it up real quick. In the last episode, we talked to Peter's wife, the dead guy, and we kind of walked in as Dr. Watson. And Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Sherlock Holmes here, was firing blindfolded at some vases. And it seems stealthy as hell.
Shh. Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
Sweet. Who was this?
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here, waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't...
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't...
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't! I'm not...
No, it
It's a
isn't.
terrible mistake!
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But...
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
I think he is being a little too hard. But, I don't know. I feel like, he might be... I think I'm going to keep him as a major suspect. So as his wife too. I feel like they are suspicious in my opinion. And I don't like that. So guys, I'm gonna end the video here. I will continue with part 3 in a little bit. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next episode.